The National Mall is often called America's front yard. It's a place where millions gather every year to honor history, exercise free speech, and celebrate the country's biggest moments.
But behind the monuments and memorials is a massive effort to preserve and maintain one of the nation's most visited public spaces. As part of our America's 250 Red, White, and You series, Marcella Robertson takes us behind the scenes of what it takes to care for this iconic landscape.
From the towering Washington Monument to the quiet corners of Constitution Gardens,
this is the nation's front yard.
the National Mall tells the story of America.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
This is a special place for everyone, for all Americans and for people around the world.
But preserving this stretch of land takes far more work than most realize.
It's a very big job to maintain. Millions of people come here every year.
About 36 million people a year to be exact. And with America's 250th birthday approaching, that number is expected to climb to nearly 50 million. Every day, crews mow grass, repair monuments, restore walkways, and clean up after visitors.
And there is constant activity. There's constant groundskeeping. There's contractors that are brought in to help. There's so much work.
What we see today is a 2-mile stretch of monuments and museums, but the history of the National Mall is layered. Right along Constitution Avenue,
And we consider it the entry point to the National Mall.
sits the Lockkeeper's House.
This is considered to be the oldest structure on the National Mall. It's the Lockkeeper's House, lock meaning locks on canals. It's where the lockkeeper and his family lived. We estimate that it was built in 1837.
Long before tourists filled the mall, this area was covered in canals and waterways carrying commerce through Washington. This small home has served many purposes over nearly 2 centuries. From a police station to bathrooms, even bike storage, before becoming a museum and educational center.
If you think about what this has been through as well, there's been a livestock yard on the National Mall. And also during World War I and II, there were tempos, which are large temporary buildings.
Today, the mall is both a national park and a civic space. It hosts more than 9,000 celebrations, weddings, and protests.
I really always refer to it as a symbol of our democracy. It's where people come together. It's where we exercise our First Amendment rights.
But keeping the National Mall accessible and protecting it for future generations is a constant balancing act. At Constitution Gardens, crews are restoring the 7-acre lake. Nearby, at the tidal basin, seawalls were raised to combat flooding caused by rising water levels. The care for this land is a partnership between the National Park Service and the Trust for the National Mall. It depends not only on federal funding, but very much on volunteers and private donations.
It's very, very important that everybody has a sense of connection to the National Mall and has an opportunity to give back.
And for the people working to preserve it, the mission is about more than just maintenance. It's about protecting a place where people come to reflect, remember, and make history of their own.
This is a forever landscape. This is going to be here in the next 250 years. And it's really our time in history to be taking care of it. And people feel that. It feels like an honor to be able to participate.